Namaste everyone. Welcome to second lecture of triangles. This is Rajesh. In this lecture we are going to see similarity of triangles, basic proportionality theorem, and we solve exercise 6.2. Now let us first understand similarity of triangle. In the last lecture we have already seen similarity of two figures. We have seen similarity of polygons. So it is easy to understand similarity of triangles. I will say that two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are in the same ratio or proportion. Now you can see that here in these two triangles, this angle and this angle, they are of the same measure, and I will say that they are corresponding angle. So like that, if you see this triangle RPQ and R dash P dash Q dash, you will find that this angle R is corresponding to this angle R dash. This angle P is corresponding to this angle P dash, and this angle Q is corresponding to this angle Q dash. And in the same way, if you see the measure of length PQ and measure of length P dash Q dash, they are of the same measure, so 9, 9. This PR and here this P dash R dash, they are of 16.16.5, and RQ and this R dash Q dash, they are 18.5, 18.8 and 18.8. So they are also of the same measure. Now here for similarity, it need not necessary that they are of the same measure. If their ratio is same, then also it is okay. So if you see their ratios are 1, 1, 1, and this angle R and R dash is same P and P dash and Q dash. So I will say that triangle RPQ is similar to triangle R dash P dash Q dash. When I am writing the triangles, then correspondence need to be maintained. Like here we have seen that this angle R and R dash, they are corresponding angle. So if I am writing R in the first position, then R dash should be at the first position in second triangle. In the same way, if I am writing P in the middle part or at middle position, then P dash should be also at middle position. So you have to check correspondence, and accordingly you have to name the triangle. This is very, very important for writing the names of triangle in case of similarity or congruency. I think you will not have difficulty in doing so because already you have done congruency of triangle in 9th standard. Now let us see theorem 6.1. This theorem is called basic proportionality theorem. In short, I will say that BPT or Thales theorem. Now the statement is, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. So in triangle ABC, it is given that DE, one side DE is parallel to BC. Now with respect to this triangle, if you again read the statement, it is, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of triangle. So here in this triangle ABC, I have drawn DE parallel to BC. Okay, and this DE is dividing other two sides into distinct points D and E. Now as this DE is parallel to BC, we have to prove that AD upon DB equal to AE upon AC. That is, DE is dividing side AB and AC in same ratio. That is, AD upon DB equal to AE upon AC. So here we have to prove that AD upon DB equal to AE upon AC. Now this statement of the theorem, you should by heart it. Now to prove this, I will do a little construction. What I will do, I will join BE and CD and draw DM perpendicular to this AE and EN perpendicular to AD. So let us do this construction. Now we know that area of triangle is half into base into height. So I am going to use this theorem. Now you first see the complete theorem and then again try to understand what we have done, right? First let us see what we are doing. We have to prove that this ratio AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. This is our motto that we have to prove. So here how we are going to use this formula of area of triangle, let us see. Now area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle BDE will be equals to, I will write area of triangle ADE formula in the numerator, that is half into base AD into height EN. You can easily figure out from this triangle ADE that when I take AD as base, then EN is height. Now for triangle BDE, check this triangle BDE. In this triangle BDE, this is an obtuse angle triangle. Here if I take this BD as base, then EN is going to be height. So I have half into BD or DB I will say into EN. Now this half and half I will cancel, EN and EN I will cancel, I get AD upon DB. So I got area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle BDE as AD upon DB. So you see that this part AD upon DB I have find out. Now I have to find this AE upon EC. So for AE upon EC, again what I will do, I will take triangle ADE and I will take triangle CED, these two triangles. For these two triangles, again as we have done in equation 1, and the same way we will prove here that ratio of area of triangle ADE and area of triangle CED is AE upon EC. Now if you see your equation 1 and equation 2, in both the equations my area in the numerator is area of triangle ADE. So numerator part is the same. So what I have to do, I have to prove that denominator part is also same. To prove that this AD upon DB equal to AE upon EC, I have to prove that this thing, that is right hand side of equation 1 is equal to right hand side of equation 2. So for that I have to prove that left hand sides are also equal. Now in left hand side numerator is already equal, I have to only check whether denominator is also equal. So if you see the denominator part in left hand side, it is area of triangle BDE and area of triangle CED. So if you recall that you have already done in your 9th standard, that when we draw two triangles between the same parallel line and on the same base, then their areas are equal. So I will say that since a triangle BDE and triangle CED are on the same base DE and are between the same parallel line DE and BC, I will say that area of triangle BDE is equals to area of triangle CED. So if I use this equation 1, 2 and 3, my left hand sides are equal. Okay, numerator is area of triangle ADE and denominator. Now here in equation 3 we have proved that denominators are also same. So from 1, 2 and 3 we can say that AD upon DB equal to AE upon EC. Hence we have proved the theorem. So the theorem is that when I draw one line parallel to one side of triangle, then that line divides other two sides of triangle in same ratio. This is our basic proportionality theorem. This is our Thales theorem. This is our theorem 6.1. Okay, so now you can write this theorem by yourself. Again, just to go through this theorem and try to write this theorem by yourself. Okay, once you done that, then move to the next theorem. Now let us see theorem 6.2, that is converse of basic proportionality theorem. The statement is, if a line divides any two sides of triangle in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to third side. So here for triangle ABC, there is a line DE which intersect AB at point D and AC at point E, such that AD upon DB equal to AE upon EC. This is given that this line DE divides AB and AC at point D and E such that AD upon DB equal to AE upon EC. Now if this ratio is equal, then I have to prove that this DE is parallel to BC. This DE is parallel to BC, that we have to prove. Now for that what we do, we will assume that this DE is not parallel to BC. So as this DE is not parallel to BC, we will draw a parallel line, say DE dash parallel to BC. Now since this DE dash is parallel to BC, I will say that AD upon DB equal to AE dash upon E dash C. This is our basic proportionality theorem which we have just seen. Also AD upon DB equal to AE upon EC, this is given. So from this 1 and 2, I can say that AE dash upon E dash C equal to AE upon EC. You can see this left hand side of equation 1 and equation 2, they are same. So their right hand side are also going to be same. Now AE dash upon E dash C is equals to AE upon EC. You can see in the figure. What I will do, I will add 1 on both the side to this equation. So left hand side will become AE dash upon E dash C plus 1 and right side become AE upon EC plus 1. Now I will cross multiply and add, so I get AE dash upon E dash C upon E dash C equal to AE plus EC upon EC. Now see this diagram, here AE dash plus E dash C is AC, and similarly this AE plus EC is also AC. So my numerator is the same, so denominator will also same. So E dash C will be equal to EC. Thus E dash and E coincides, right? When E dash C, you see here E dash C and EC, they are equal. That means this point E dash and this point E, they are same point, right? They coincide each other. They are one above the other. So as this DE dash is parallel to BC, I will say that this DE is also parallel to BC. Hence proved. So this is our converse of basic proportionality theorem. Here it is given that one line divide two sides of triangle in same ratio. Then I have to prove that that line is parallel to third side. Yes, I hope you understand basic proportionality theorem as well as this converse of basic proportionality theorem. They are very, very important theorems. You have to practice it 2 times, 3 times till you are not feel that you can solve these theorems easily. Now let us solve a few problems based on these theorems. Yes, the first problem is that we have two diagrams, two triangles. In first triangle, DE is parallel to BC. In second also, DE is parallel to BC. I have to find the value of EC in this first diagram and value of AD in this second diagram. So let us solve this first problem first. DE is given parallel to BC. In this triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC. So using basic proportionality theorem, I can say that this AD upon DB equal to AE upon EC. Now I will put the values which is given. So 1.5 upon 3 equal to 1 upon EC. Now we can easily solve this and get the value of EC. So the value of EC we got is 2 centimeter. Now let us move to the second question. Now here what I recommend that you pause the video and try to solve this problem yourself and then check the answer. So as we done in the first case, here also in triangle ABC I have D is parallel to BC. So I will say that AD upon DB equal to AE upon EC. Put respective values and simplify. I get the value of AD as 2.4 centimeter. I hope you also got the same answer, AD 2.4 centimeter. Now let us check second question. E and F are points on side PQ and PR respectively of triangle PQR. So here I have a triangle PQR. I have to point E and F on side PQ and PR. For each of the following cases, I have to state whether this EF is parallel to QR. So let us see this first problem. PE is 3.9, EQ is 3. So first I will find this ratio PE upon EQ. Now PE upon EQ, it gives me answer as 1.3. In the same way I will find PF upon FR. Now this PF upon FR 3.6 upon 2.4, it gives me value as 3 divided by 2 which is 1.5. Now this 1.3 and 1.5 they are not same. So I will say that from 1 and 2 this PE upon EQ is not equal to PF upon FR. Hence, by converse of BPT, I will say that EF is not parallel to QR. So I hope you are clear how to use converse of basic proportionality theorem and how to use basic proportionality theorem to find unknown things. Now in the second problem, PE is given 4, QE is given 4.5, PF is 8 and RF is given 9. So all the values are given. Let us again find PE upon EQ. It is 8 upon 9 and PF upon FR, when I simplify, it is 8 upon 9 itself. So easily I can figure out that PE upon EQ is equals to PF upon FR. So I will say that by basic proportionality theorem, EF is parallel to QR. Okay. Now in this third problem, PQ is given. So this whole length is given. Instead of PE and EQ, I have given PQ and I have given PR. So PQ is 1.8, PR is 2.56, PE is given 0.18 and PF is given 0.36. So as this PQ is given and this PE is given, so I can easily find out EQ. So let us find EQ. EQ is PQ minus PE. I will put the value. What I get? I get answer is 1.1. Now FR. Solve for this FR. This PR is 2.56. So 2.56 minus 0.36, it gives me answer is 2.2. Now let us find the value of PE upon EQ. So PE upon EQ is 0.18 upon 1.1. I will simplify this. Answer is 9 upon 55. And PF upon FR, this when we simplify, we get answer is 9 upon 55. So as PE upon EQ is the same as PF upon FR, I will say that this line EF is parallel to QR by converse of basic proportionality theorem. So EF is parallel to QR. Now in this third question, if LM, you can see this LM is parallel to CB and LN is parallel to CD, I have to prove that AM upon MB, I have to prove that AM upon AB equal to AN upon AD. Now I will consider first a triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, as LM is parallel to BC, I will say that AL upon LC equal to AM upon MB. This is basic proportionality theorem. In triangle ADC, in the same way, LN is parallel to CD. So I will say that AL upon LC equal to AN upon ND. So from 1 and 2, you can see this AL upon LC left hand side is same. So I will say that AM upon MB equal to AN upon ND. Now I have to prove that AM upon AB. So I don't want this MB, here I want AB. And similarly AN upon ND. So in place of ND I want AD. So I have to change this MB and ND in some way that they become AB and AD. So for that I will first use property invertendo and invert this ratio. So AM upon MB equal to AN upon ND. So I can say that MB upon AM equal to ND upon AN. You can easily figure out that 1 by 2 equal to 2 by 4. So if I reverse, so it is 2 upon 1, that is 2, equal to 4 upon 2, that is 2. So this property is called invertendo. So MB upon AM equal to ND upon AN. Now I have changed this denominator to AM and AN. Why I have done that? I will explain you at the end. Now I will add 1 to both the sides. When I add 1, what will happen? This MB plus AM. In numerator I will get MB plus AM upon AM equal to ND plus AN upon AN. Now this MB plus AM will give you AB. So numerator is AB upon AM equal to AD. Here you will get AD upon AN. Now again I will use the same invertendo property and I will say that AM upon AB equal to AN upon AD. Hence we proved that AM upon AB equal to AN upon AD. Now why I have used invertendo property, right? So if you see that whatever term is present in the denominator, they remain as it is while doing the calculation. So the term which I want that it should remain as it is, that I will always keep in denominator, so that whenever I add 1 or I will subtract 1 or I will subtract from 1 on both the sides, my denominator will remain same. So this is the reason why I use that invertendo property in the beginning. There are few more problems in this exercise that we will solve in our next lecture. So I will stop my lecture here. Thank you.